Welcome everybody to some Monster Hunter Wilds gameplay here. This is going to be the Arkveld, that's going to be Arc Tempered, and what I'm going to be running is going to be, some dragon off of it, and I use my base from my armor set off that. It's going to be for Omega, Gore, and Liggy. That's for most of them that I use on it. Some I'll use for Raydal on it, but pretty much most of my sets are that set up there. Most time it's Omega on the sword, not just because I don't have it. I actually got the full set, Antron set and everything fully leveled up, but the way my setup is, this was the best way to accommodate it with all the skills and everything else, with the armor sets and everything. I tried to do the best I could with it, with everything I had, and this was the best that I could. And there's some comfort in these sets too on my build, so you can go even more power hungry if you wanted to on it, but there is some comfort skills as you see there on it. But I'll go through it later on off it, but right now I just wanted to show some skill off that for my gameplay and just show you some tricks off that to actually fight safe for 10-star Arkveld here. Now I am running right here. I am doing it, I launched it myself, so I use a manual. So that's why you keep seeing me popping that menu there. If you notice, I have it set there for join, so all I gotta do is bam bam, it's real fast. Even if people that I don't want, I'll still deny them. You'll see that, so I won't let people sit. I try not to. You see it just popped up there, see how fast I am at it. So that's the best way to do it. That's how I would recommend doing it, for other people, because I know some people have you wait, and I get it. Sometimes you get in a big mess on it, but other people just don't do it at all and let you sit there. That's where it's not nice. But so here we go here on it. As soon as he roars off that, I see I did a perfect block there, then our block there off that. So at this point here, I'm just dancing with him, trying to keep his attention off here and do as much damage as possible here without getting hit. He is notorious for doing multi-hit combos off that, and they can be hard off that even for me on it. I tend to keep between Constitution and Stamina Surge up on it for my builds off that. It's either level 1 or level 2 on here. It's definitely at least level 1 for sure for Stamina Surge, and then for Constitution it's either at the bare minimum level 3, and it could be 4 or 5 on it. But because some of my builds I have on maxed out 5, some I don't, some I do on it. But you can see it right there on it. Actually, if you even pause the video, you can actually see my build on there on it, at least for the portion of it. But right now for me, I like to try to fight him right there head to head off that. As you see for his tail there off that, if you pay attention on it, you can see the signs off that of what he's doing. Now I know that's still hard off that because of how many combos that he does off that, and that's where that Constitution and Stamina Surge comes in. And you want to be moving too. So notice what I'm doing there. I'm not standing still and just even perfect blocking. You want to be moving also, because there's some of them I want my stamina bar to take a little break for a second. Sometimes on that he can knock me right off if I just stand there and just keep doing it. So I learned that and I'm like, okay, I need to start moving more and doing it, and after that it all came together. But that'll help you tremendously. It's easier said than done, but at least you can see some gameplay of what that will look like once you get to that skill level. Same thing there off that block. I missed a perfect block there, unfortunately. And then he spins, just staying in front of him. My teammate was amazing on this round, actually, on it. Random dude on it, but he did a lot of offsets. It was all like 23 or something like that. It was a lot. You'll see at the end. But I was really shocked when I seen how many he had there. Anyways, just moving through, trying to get in a better position here. Like I said, I tend to stay right in front of him on it. For this fight here, this is definitely one of them. First, you want to hit his wings there on it. Those are definitely his major damage spot. Of course, his tail too, since you can cut it. So those are your major areas you want to be focusing on, is both his wings and his tail. His face is nice on it, but unless you're a hammer or anything like that, I would go the other route, because you can do more damage and zap him out. I've done that, or I've went to his face and all that stuff, and unless I'm like sitting there stunning him, really it's just better off me just hitting wings, because I can do more damage, or hit his tail and try to do damage to that to eventually cut it off. So that was just my personal take on that. As you can see on that, I just keep doing it on there. When he does the ultimate on it, I just keep going. And that part can be hard. I know, like I said, that just takes practice and skill for the perfect blocks. Once you get it, it's not too bad. It's mostly two things. One, you got to know the timing of it. Be careful with that too. That ultimate there on it, you can block that if you have guard up level 3, which I do run for all my builds. It's one thing I do run. And as you can see how he curled like that, so every time I see that, I already know he's going to do that spin. So that's why I was ready for it. Perfect block then. Just doing some extra damage there. I got part breaker level 2. Pretty much all my builds have that also. There's a lot of standards here on it. Even that attack boost, that's through my charm. So that's how I know for sure. Because my charm, it's a level 5, but it has a level 2 charm, level 1 charm, okay? And it has attack boost, level 1. It has constitution, level 3. And it has stun resistance, level 2. Very good, you know? So I've been having a hard time trying to find a better one than that because it's so universal for me. And it really is, it's good. The only thing is like God, just because of the attack boost, but everything else is just beautiful, you know? But for pretty much everything else, that thing's awesome, you know? Yeah, so we just keep fighting him here, see in the front. Here, you gotta be careful with that, because that's a multi-tick hit. So he really does drain your stamina bar on this. This is where Stamina Surge and Constitution just really shines here on it. And I think that's where a lot of people don't respect that as much as they should on it. And then you can see there, I'm just floating towards his wings. Trying to do damage on that. You can see he's doing good damage. We're getting good crit here. Critting quite a few. There's another crit there. Wish I was critting a little more often there, but we're seeing it every so often. You can definitely tell that's not my high end on there, but I am running green right now. So it's not going to be critting good. I'll probably see it more often now I'm in white. Alright, let's see here. So now we got some Rathalos up in here. You see here we got this guy mounted on him right now, so we got a long sword main over there. I'm just sitting there stabbing them. Everything else doing the same idea on it. Obviously, when they're mounted, you do significantly less damage on it. For him, everything else, you know, you can definitely hit him. There's an exception with like, what would you say, like Rathalos would be one of them. And even like the flying wyverns on it. A lot of those that fly and all that, when you mount them, you know, it's like really difficult on it. Unless you can shoot them or whatnot. But for all us, unless you got to lance and poke it. But for us on that, I just wait until they drop, you know. But for him, obviously it's different, so you can just wail on him. And then this guy did, looked like, I ended up realizing what he did was he just opened up all 3 wounds, so instead of hitting it, so I ended up just going through and popping him, especially one in the back, because I knew pretty much nobody's going to grab that on it. So I was getting that, and now we're just doing more damage here. Now he's about to yelp again. I did miss that too as well, right behind him here. I end up shooting the flash. So when he does that Pacific one right there, if you flash him, obviously he drops. It's very helpful. It gets him out of that mode just for a second on that. See, now he's kind of slowed down a little bit. Always recommend doing that every time there. There's some other little tricks you can do on this too as well. Like I've seen other guys sit there and put traps on the ends, especially towards the beginning of each exit, because he won't fly the first and second one or something like that, and he'll drop in there. So you can sit there and put the shock trap or the pitfall trap and whatnot right on the edge, so when he runs to and goes out to the next area, he falls in it. I've seen do that. So there is some few tricks on this for sure on it. Another one I seen was for it's a lure pod. And he was doing it. I'm trying to figure that out on it, but you shoot it, and obviously it comes back. He brings them back to the area off that where his bed is at, so you don't have to keep doing it. Unfortunately, I got whacked there. I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna leave it in. I thought about editing out, but this is real. This is more raw. I want to be honest with you guys. You know, I ain't perfect either, so me got whacked there. Well, anyways, now I'm on my venture back to the fight. So give me a second to get back over there. I thought about editing this out, but I think it'll be good to have anyways. So if you're gonna watch it like that anyways, this ain't gonna hurt, because it'll at least show no truth to it. Now most of the time, a lot of times I don't die. So this is not normal. But I want to be honest, it does happen though. That's why I wanted to show it. Because I'm not perfect. Alright, here we go. So you can see this is the area where he starts charging up to, you know, soon. So you seen he was red there for a second right when I dropped in, but I missed that. So, and that's another thing too. You can grab those dragon pods. You see the construct, like little bushes or whatever you want to call it. There, you shoot those. Same idea. You can do damage to them. Make sure you shoot those. You know, I'm noticing they have a lot of that stuff for all these monsters, just in that regard alone. Just with different things like that. You know, same thing with Gog. You know, with the vent. You know, so been noticing that for a lot of different monsters. Same thing for him. You know, so definitely use it because it does do damage to him. Especially when he's weak to that element. You'll probably see me do it more often here too, because you can see there's some popping up there, and I still got 3 left, so I'll probably definitely be shooting some more pods here at him with it. Actually, when I just saw opportunities there, but right now I'm just doing some damage here. There we go, perfect block. Bam. That one can be hard to trick sometimes, you know, on it with that little head pop right there, the headbutt, but I can get it, but sometimes he'll catch me. So he caught me there with that spin. I said it's not perfect, but I can get it most of the time. See here, I'm just healing up here, getting my buffs back up. Don't want to forget about that stuff. Stuff hits bad. See, now he's sitting there picking on me at this point. Don't freak out. See, he's got me in a corner. Look, watch what happens here. Turn it all around. Bam. Boom. He drops. I'm getting out of that corner immediately, of course. You know, and start hitting him again, you know. Now it's the other way. Now he's in the corner. You know, so just make sure that you stay calm. You know, that's another big one. See, look at that. Bam. He roared. I'm blocking that. Getting that offensive guard, and off we go, you know. So just make sure you keep doing it. It is difficult. It took me a while to get this. I don't know what happened there, but I got whacked. See, you see I was trying to shoot it there. Watch. Boom. See? That was a double whammy. 71-71. Oh, there we go. Getting right by his face there. Trying to get away from all that construct stuff. And dragon damage. I do like this fight though. I like these fights. I try to help everybody. I got all the titles on them. So like right now I'm running with the GOG title. So I do have that on it. And yeah, I'm just basically trying to help people off of it and trying to get everybody their titles and their armor and their weapons or whatever. You know, as long as they're good enough and skilled enough to do it and they're not dying and whatnot, and you know they need a good teammate to contribute. You know, I'm there for him. You know, that's what I've been trying to do until the new stuff comes out, which is going to be a little bit, you know. So I still love these fights now that it's more filled up on it. So I'm having a great time with it now because now there's quite a few hard monsters. So I still got more to enjoy. There's certain ones that I'm better than others. Like I said, I've not mastered all of them on the 10-star ones. So I still got, there's some more I want to mess with on it. The little quirky ones, if you know what I'm saying. Especially that one with that poison one. You know, I beat him a few times off it, but I want to get more confident with him. I've gotten better, but there's still more to be done with that one, without a doubt. You see, I got clipped there, so you gotta be careful there. He's good for this stuff. Oh, look at that! Look at that! There's Mr. T-Rex just freaking plowing right in. Oh, there we go. So damage, but obviously to him. Let's see here. So I'm trying to get in there without hurting myself. Very dangerous situation, as you can see. Luckily, I only got nicked. I'm just moving around, trying to get away from that situation. You can see I'm trying to get in the backside, of course, so that's always the safest area. So if he does go and hit him and everything, you got the monster in front of you. Yeah, it was kind of dangerous because I popped him, so now it moved me. But luckily, he's leaving, so it don't matter. And you see I blocked that because I was in that area there. So you gotta be careful, make sure you pay attention to your surroundings. I know that could be very frustrating. I know that's another big thing that people have with that, between that and like GOG on it, with all the lava stuff that's falling down on it. But this can, you know, be a little frustrating as well with it. Certain instances, I get it. You just gotta be aware of your surroundings, you know. Another little trick too on it, just in general, make sure you press the L1 trigger or the top left bumper on it. Very helpful on it. I do that a lot when they're moving around like that, and you kind of lose where they're at. You need to know where they're at. You know, just tap that. It zaps it right at them on that. Just make sure you have the setting properly for that. And I'm telling you right now, it's amazing. You see, I do it all the time. Helps with the blocking, so I can make sure I'm centered properly, so I don't get clipped on the side. You know, because that will happen to you. That's why I do that, so I don't get clipped on the side. Especially Sergio's. He's notorious for that side motion stuff. Boom, yep, 6,500. I got him perfect here. Clipped him right in the face. Well, there we go on it, and doing some more damage there. You can see there's one of those there. I could have shot it there. You can see it's right there. Oh, see, I did. Boom, we got a double tick. So that's nice. That was good damage there. We, hit him with the rock and got him with the pod. So I'm kind of getting yelped at over there. I was thinking, I was looking around, seeing what was there. I grabbed that. You'll see I end up getting a dragon pod here in a little bit. Right now I'm just trying to get away from the area. Trying to get to Mr. Arkveld there. So right now we're at a little past the 15-minute mark. Not bad, not too bad at all on that. So we're getting close. Health pool still there. I got that. I got 2 more potions, Never hurts for that. Careful with that. I think, yeah, he gets it. Okay, so I start whacking him. I got him with that charge top. There we go. Start staying towards the front there. Same idea on it. The major thing though is let me see here on that. So you can do a little bit of tricks on it. So after when you do your charge chop on it, press Y. You'll jump out of the animation way faster on it. There's a few tricks you could do that with alone. Another one too for movement wise. So I'll use the right trigger and Y because I'm using Xbox, or triangle for you guys on R2 and triangle. But when you slide. So I'll do that, and then I'll roll afterwards, and then I start running. And it's faster, and it doesn't stop you. If you do it right and you try it, you'll see me do it a lot. And I'll slide, roll, and run on it. If I really got to get going. If it's something I got to get going, bolt, and I'm like in the motion of fighting, you'll see me do that quite a bit on it. I've noticed that helped me a lot. So there's a little bit of tricks that I've learned with Sword and Shield that's helped me on it. There's no little damage one that's nice too. Of course, we know the one where you do the 2 spins, spinning Reaper, and then do the charge chop. That one's fantastic. I still use it. When that monster drops on it, I'm using that one because it hits hard. Of course, you got the stun one, then with the shield, and then do the same thing, spinning Reaper, charge chop. That one hits hard too. Then of course you got your ultimate one where you do that. You time it 3 times, fly in the air, and you can slide down and do it. That one's not bad. I only do that one once in a blue moon. Same idea. That one's when they drop. And that one's for a particular situation if the monster's big. The monster's got to be big because, you want to be just grinding down that monster and getting as many ticks as possible. So if the monster's smaller like this, I wouldn't want to do that. I'll just do the regular one. Just do the double spin with that spin Reaper finish with charge chop. That one's the best one for most monsters just because of that reason. Same thing for grabbing the monster too. See, when I sit there and pop that wound on it, just press Y or triangle on it. You don't need to do the extra stuff on it. It's fast, it does damage. Just for Sword and Shield I'm referring to here on it. The other ones are cool and everything, but that one very sufficient. Most of the guys will probably would tell you that's the most sufficient way to do it too as well for it. Especially for these fast monsters. You don't got time for all that, on it. You just want to get in, do the damage, and get out. And that one's really quick too. I like it because how fast it is on it. But plus another thing too to be aware of too. So depending on who you're playing with, see, like for me here right now, I'd be letting my Mr. Longsword help out because also I know when he pops wounds, he can level up his sword off that and get it to red, like what he's doing right now off that, where he's in red right now. You know what I mean? So I'll leave those for him just so he can stay in red. Or dual blade, another one. They can do the crazy, multi-hit wound thing, do crazy combo damage. The other one is the bow. So if you see a guy running a bow, dual blades, long sword, and probably some other ones too on it, you get the point. On especially dual blades and bow, I really bow down to those guys on it because they can do some really big multi-hit drop damage if you allow them to accumulate those wounds, because that's what they're doing. If you're seeing them not popping them and you're seeing them float around after they make a wound, that's what they're doing. They're trying to create as many as possible, and then they're going to go in and just do a one big swoop and do significant damage. And most of the time they'll drop the monster immediately too, because you're doing so much damage to them. So it's nice on it, but you got to allow them to do it. A lot of people don't. They just kind of pop them, so, you know. And I get it, but I'm just letting you know so you can be aware of what these guys are doing. These quote-unquote pros or highly skilled players here on it. They definitely very, you know, precise in what they do. So here, off that, we end up cutting his tail on that. Very good. Extra carves. Fantastic. On it, you can see right there Mr. Longsword over there doing his famous ult over there. On it, we got Great Sword, and we got our Mr. Harmonics over there doing our crit chance over there. So we're doing pretty good. Now he's running back. Get back. First we're getting the tail. I think I was like the only one that did, or they grabbed it beforehand. I thought that was funny, but I grabbed the tail. Now we're off we go. I'm just kind of feeling it out. I kind of want to see what he's doing first before I get off on that, so I don't get myself in a bad situation there. The same idea, just hitting him. Stay in front. I popped that one. A lot of times I like me doing it too, at times too, because I do got the high crit chance and with the part breaker and all that, so I can do major damage with those wounds on it compared to other people, unless they got a high, you know, good setup too, you know. But like for this one here, it's only the long sword, dude, so it's not like we're running with the bow or dual blades with these guys. This is running with auto HDR too, by the way, and this is running on front edge sync. So I'm using RTSS frame cap in that. That's why it's running at 80, as you see up there, and you see that graph is practically flat. You can see it a little bumpy, just a little bit on it, but it's practically flat. I'm being honest with you there on it, but that's what I am using. And you can see how responsive it is, you know, because I know a lot of people say, you know, kiss it goodbye, but, well, I would, you can see I'm not lying. It's right there, Freedom of Solitude off that, so if that's the case, I don't know how I did that, you know. But, yeah, that was on front edge sync, like I said, on RTSS, which is on MSI Afterburner for that. But very cool tech. I'll definitely make a video of explaining that in more detail. Right now I'm just trying to push out a video on it of my skill and my passion of Monster Hunter Wilds and Helldivers 2. I'll be putting both of those out eventually in the near future off that. And there you go. You can see mine there with my GOG title. The other Badger dude, you got the Omega, and you got those other two guys on it. But yeah, it was a good run here. I really like this run, and it was a great time off it. I really did enjoy this this team here on it. It really went pretty well. I did die once. One of my teammates died too as well on it. So, but in all said and fairness, we did it. Like I said, it wasn't the best, but I wanted you to see. Not everything's perfect. I wasn't going to sit there. I could have sat there and edited this or made another run and did a perfect run. You know, but I want you guys to see that this is reality for it. I still got the parts. I got the goodies. That's all that matters, you know. Everyone's happy. We got the W. But, yeah, I hope you guys like this video. And I will definitely be putting more content in your future. So just keep that out. And you guys have a great day. Bye-bye.